In this video, we are going to look at a problem that asks us how many milliliters instead of how many grams. We're going to set this problem up similar to other percent measure problems. As I read the problem, how many milliliters of D5W can be produced using 38 grams of dextrose? So the first detail that pops out to me is D5W. And I know what this is. I know that this is dextrose, which is a sugar, dissolved in water. And the 5 in the middle means that it's 5% dextrose dissolved in water. So because this is a percentage measure problem and a percentage, I can immediately make a fraction. So that it would be 5 out of 100. Dextrose, being a sugar, would be measured by weight or mass. So that is 5 grams. And the IV fluid dissolved in the water will be measured in milliliters, so 5 grams per every 100 milliliters. In the proportion strategy, I need to match what's on the top of both fractions and what's on the bottom of both fractions as far as concept. And so in the problem, I've also been given 38 grams of dextrose. So that's going to go on the top of the fraction. And the question asks me how many milliliters, so the milliliters is my unknown amount, which goes on the bottom of the fraction. And so from here, we have a simple cross product because we've set up a proportion, equal ratios. We just need to know what number for x will make them equal ratios. And so when I use cross product, I multiply diagonally. So I have 5x on this diagonal. And then I multiply diagonally this way, equals 3800. Now to finish out my problem, all that I need to do is divide both sides by 5, and I'm going to do that on my calculator. So I'll write it here, divide by 5, and then on my calculator 3800 divide by 5, and I have x is 760 milliliters. So that means I would be able to produce 760 milliliters if I had 38 grams of dextrose. That also means the ratio of 5 grams per every 100 is equal to the ratio of 38 grams out of 760. And if I take 38 and divide by 760, this fraction divides out to be 0.05. which is equal to 5%, which is what we said from the very beginning. Now, some of us set up percent problems differently. And so when we want to set up a percent problem, we want to use this decimal idea. And so if we look at that idea, we would say 5%, 0.05, of the total, because it's always of the total, equals the part. Well, what I'm given in this problem, I know the 5%. I do not know the total. And so the part is the 38. And so if I set up the problem this way, I can divide on both sides by the 0.05. And so if I take 38 and divide it by 0.05, I get x equal to 760 milliliters. So second way that you can do the problem doesn't use the proportion, but it does use this percent equation that we have used with other percent problems. Both ways work out to be the same answer, so do what makes the most sense for you.